Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Greater Hartford. My name is Jim Mahoney, and I am the treasurer of your Board of Trustees. We welcome everyone here in the sanctuary as well as online. If this is your first time at our Unity Center and would like to know more about Unity of Hartford and Unity Worldwide, we have a welcome packet to share with you. As you leave service today, our ushers are ready to share this packet with you. If you're watching online and you would like to receive this welcome packet, please email us at email address info@unityhartford.org. Include your name and your address in that email and we will mail it to you. Today, I want to remind you of our Spiritual Center's evolutionary purpose statement. It's up on the screen. That statement outlines our common purpose, and it is: unity of Greater Hartford transforms lives and inspires people to make a positive difference in our world. You'll also find this statement on our website's homepage, unityhartford.org. If you would, please join me in affirming our divine presence statement, which is on the screen and on your bulletin. Together, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God the good omnipotence. Now, our senior minister, Reverend Christine Boylan, will lead us in a time of prayer and meditation.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah. So as we get ready for our opening prayer meditation, I'm going to invite our worship assistant, Deborah, to light the Christ candle. And that we light that candle as a way of helping us to remember who we truly are, that we are the light in the world, that we are the very expression of God, of the divine. And so let's take that into our hearts this morning. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of silence. And one of the wonderful powers of silence, one of the ways it can be expressed is just simply through the breath. So when you are aware of your breathing, right, that can be a prayer for you. What an easy prayer, right? Doesn't get much easier than that. Just, I am breathing. And I'm aware of the breath going in, the breath going out. And so this morning we pray. We pray affirming our oneness with the divine, affirming that prayer is as easy as breathing, as easy as breathing. And as we breathe and we focus on our breath, we are also opening up to that still small voice within us, the voice of the God within each one of us, opening up to divine understanding and love, faith, strength, all that we desire to be infilled with. So in turn, our lives become filled with understanding and wisdom, peace and love. So now just for a moment, I'm going to ask you to consciously breathe in through your nose very softly, and then hold it for 1, 2, 3, and then breathe out through your mouth slowly. Now let's take that breath just into a time of silence, just for a minute, just to experience the breath as the path inward, the path into the silence of our soul, just for a moment. And we breathe. We breathe. And for just that moment, we heard perhaps the language of your soul. The breath, the silence, the love, the courage and the strength, the wisdom and the understanding. All right there for you. With that knowing, with that understanding, we say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. So welcome, Carolyn,
Thank you.
our wonderful music director this morning. I'm turning it all over to you.
Good morning, everybody. All right, so we're going to begin this morning by singing a couple of opening songs. So please stand as you are able. And we'll start with I Walk by Faith.
That's okay. Yeah, that's all right. Better than on me.
I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. Every step I take is a step of faith. No fear that forms around me can prosper. And every prayer I make is a prayer of faith. If my God is for me, who can be against me? I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. Every face I meet is the face of Christ. No traveler on this journey is a stranger. And every hand that joins us is reaching to the light. With God there is no shadow. With God there is no danger. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. One more time. I walk by faith, each step by faith, to live my life. I put my trust in you. Here we go. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Yes, Elise. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Deborah Wilson, as many of you know. If you have any doubt, I'm still Deborah Wilson. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. And if you ever doubt the strength of Reverend Christine, I was ready to shoot up there after the first song. Death Grip said, not yet, good. She is one strong person. Okay, let me share some wonderful classes and announcements with you. Today, we will hold a 2-hour in-person class entitled Awaken and Grow in Unity. So I have a question. How many people think they know every single thing about unity? So here's your opportunity, whether you've got a little bit of knowledge, a lot of knowledge, or you want to explore even more. This class will begin at noon in the Fillmore Room and will end at 2. And as always, it'll be fun and interactive, and it'll answer your questions about unity, help you to understand some of the unity terminology, the lingo, and assist you in knowing that this is truly your spiritual home. So please add your name to the sign-up sheet in the atrium. And good news, if you attend this class and you're interested in becoming a Unity member, this will qualify you. So please attend for any reason, more knowledge, learning more about Unity, and wanting to deepen your understanding. Also, after today's service, there will be a prayer chaplain available to pray with you in the prayer chapel. And today that is the wonderful Lynn. And if anybody doesn't know who that is, look for the beautiful turquoise stole, and she will be happy to pray with you. And you can also complete a prayer request card that is in the pew slot, and you can leave that in the prayer box on the candle lighting table at the back of the sanctuary. And if you're online, all you need to do is to mail your prayer request into prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. And your request will be placed in the prayer box. They will remain confidential, and after 30 days, they're mailed to Silent Unity in Missouri, where they will pray over them for another 30 days. And we always consider an honor and a blessing to pray with and for you. And beginning on July 21st, the Reverend Deborah Giddings will facilitate a discussion group using the Emmett Fox book, Sermon on the Mount. And this class will be on Zoom for 6 consecutive Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7:30. There is a $30 fee to attend, so please register online using the QR code or look at the flyer in the atrium. If you have any questions, please see Reverend Deborah Giddings. She's got the glowing aura in the back of the church there. Has anyone here ever attended a David Roth concert? Well, guess what? For the last several years, he has held a concert here and brought along another great musician to join him. But this year, it is David Roth along with David Roth along with David Roth. Yeah! All to ourselves. And we are excited to have him return on Saturday, July 25th at 7:30. And it's only $20 to attend, so you can pay online or by check or cash at the door. And in the atrium, there's also a flyer. Feel free to take some to share with family and friends. It'll be amazing, as it's always been in the past, for that Saturday evening, and I hope you come to enjoy it. Now, if you'd be so kind, arise. Let us stand for greeting each other with the Gandhi blessing for peace, which is a call and response. Let us work together for unity and peace. And now, please repeat after me. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. Our wisdom flows from the highest source. And I salute that source in you. Amen. I'd like to share today's daily word, which is guidance. In the divine presence, I am guided. Divine guidance is not only found in burning bushes or mind-blowing revelations. More often, it arrives as gentle nudges, subtle enough to overlook, ordinary enough to dismiss. Yet these quiet signals are holy too. A craving for sweetness, a need for fresh air, a muscle that tightens or relaxes. All can be taken as cues to care for your body and soul. As I become present to the fullness of my humanity, my senses, intuition, inner knowing, I recognize guidance as ever-flowing. It invites a restorative resting of mind and heart. It is an alert stillness that listens, a receptive openness where clarity emerges and gentle direction unfolds. I trust the quiet impulses that draw me forward, allowing the simplest moments to lead me towards my soul's fulfillment with ease. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Exodus 33:14. So again, today's daily word is guidance, and the affirmation is, in the divine presence, I am guided. I think we know that our inner guidance is very powerful, but external guidance is also very important. And so, as we turn our hearts and ears to the Reverend Christine, we will receive some guidance.
She does. She always finds a way. She's good at making those connections. Oh, my goodness, you're too funny. Well, today, let's bring an attention of love and guidance to the sacred moment of giving. I'm inviting you to bless whatever financial gift that you are offering today by holding it in your hands and holding it in your heart. On the screen is a QR code that you can scan, as it will take you to an online site where you can give by credit card. And certainly here in the sanctuary, you can give by check or mail. Check or cash. As a mission-centered community, we understand that giving is more than supporting a spiritual center. It is participating in a shared purpose. Our financial contributions are one of the ways we take responsibility for the life and the health and future of this ministry. We do not give simply because we receive something personally. We give because we are partners in a community dedicated to transforming lives and making a positive difference in the world. Our giving is an expression of gratitude, stewardship, and conscious participation in what we are creating together. Today, we acknowledge the blessing of your giving and allow yourself to feel as grateful as you can to the one true source within. And then join together with me in the offering blessing that is on your screen and also on your bulletin. Together, divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive, and so it is. Amen. Will the ushers please come forward?
It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. And I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. And I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is strength to my mind, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out my simple prayer, thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. And I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is strength to my mind, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out my simple prayer, thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air.
Thank you, Carolyn. That was beautiful. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. Yeah. I breathe in and I'm filled with spirit. Nearer than the air. It's a beautiful song. It's written by Unity minister, Reverend Michael Gott. For me, being present to my breath helps me stay in or go to the silence. And for me, silence is powerful. Recently, I went on a 7-day silent retreat. Yeah, 7 days. Yeah. Now, in full disclosure, I do have to say that on the 4th day, I had to leave to come back here for a board meeting. And yes, I did talk. But I went right back and got back into the silence. I was concerned about this silent retreat. Even though, this is what became the good part. The good part included a daily 30 minutes of spiritual direction counseling. I had never done this type of counseling before, but at least I could talk for 30 minutes. I considered that a plus. Now, to be clear, this was not a meditative retreat. In fact, you could do whatever you wanted to do, just without talking. I filled my day with journaling, with reading, with art, with sleep, with sitting on the beach, and even, yes, in prayer and meditation. Oh, and with 3 wonderful meals a day, but in silence. Now, the first day was kind of difficult because I felt I was being rude. You know, if you would meet somebody in the hallway, you know, your natural response is to at least smile or nod your head if you couldn't say hello. But the people in charge told us, no, don't even do that. I'll give them the gift of silence. Oh, then I got it. Oh, yeah. We do speak with our eyes, with our mouth, with our facial expressions, with body language. So this was truly meant to be silent. Yeah. So that first day was simply about being present in and with my own silence. I made sure that I faced a window when I sat down at a table to have something to eat, so I would have something to look at and not feel so uncomfortable being silent around other people. The second day got a lot easier. And in fact, I got annoyed when other people decided to break their silence. You know, whispering to a friend, you know, or talking a little too long with a chef. It was then that I discovered that my silence should also include my thoughts. This silence was my silence, right? My time to be silent with me and with my God. I could let go on focusing on others and how they were handling their silent retreat. None of my business, right? Let go, release and let go. And there were aha moments. Like when I decided to try to do things that I don't regularly do. Things like journaling. I always said, I don't like journaling. Never really enjoyed it, right? But this time it was different. I actually enjoyed journaling, and I have continued to do it after the retreat. I've always said that I'm a city girl. I like nature, but from a distance. I kind of like a Disney version of nature. You know, like in Snow White with the birds chirping and hanging up the laundry. That's my nature. But this time it was different. I often chose to take long walks or just sit and soak in nature, even in the rain. I have always had a tough time not being productive. But this time it was different. Didn't feel the need to produce. My Italian lessons remained untouched, as did research plans for future classes and Sunday talks. This time it was different. This time I was different. I was silent, not withdrawn from the world, but more about deciding not to be distracted, deciding to truly get reacquainted with me and my God in the silence. No distractions, just the silence, writing, walking around the labyrinth, or walking without a path, eating, sitting on the bench, on the beach, on a tree stump. Why did this feel so different? Why was I so different? I think it was because I was so present to the moment and to the silence. We all have these ideas about ourselves, and we tend to habitually reinforce them. You know, we have those sayings about ourselves that we've said for years. Oh, I'm a city girl. Oh, I don't like journaling. Oh, I could never be silent for even a day. Well, in the silence, I came to myself. I came to a realization that I'm not my old stories anymore. That I've changed. And I'm always changing. We're all always changing. And I can still discover new concepts and understandings about myself and my God. Well, perhaps silence can help you hear your true self again, or perhaps for the first time. In the absence of constant noise, silence reveals what has been waiting patiently beneath that noise of the world. What's been waiting there is clarity, presence, compassion, peace, and a deeper connection to yourself and to the universe. Sufi poet Rumi said, "Silence is the language of God. All else is a poor translation." And many believe that the soul's natural language is silence. It's a place that can bring about our deepest knowing, and the very place our modern busy culture relentlessly attacks. All the noises of our lives that keep us out of a sustained conscious silence. It's as if our culture has developed a suspiciousness about silence and its partner, reflection and pondering. Silence is almost an endangered species, and perhaps it should be treasured and guarded instead of avoided and filled up. And silence can help us settle into ourselves and get reacquainted with ourselves, just being us. Not our ego, not this mask that we wear when we go out the door, but ourselves without any distractions. To just be silent, and perhaps to simply confirm our love of ourselves. Silence, like the soul, is self-validating. It doesn't need any approval. And it can be a vehicle for us to truly know who we are and where we can truly discover our divine nature. Buddhist monk, teacher, and author Pema Chodron, was asked, what is the longest amount of time she had gone without talking, with being silent? Anyone know what her answer was? It was a full year. A full year of not speaking, of being silent. Wow. What might our lives be like with any stretch of silence? Okay, probably not a year. Okay. But, maybe a week, maybe a day, maybe a few hours. Yeah. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore, in his book Teach Us to Pray, wrote, the purpose of silence is to still the activity of the individual thought so that that still small voice of God may be heard. For the silence, Spirit speaks truth, and just that truth that we need to hear. For Charles Fillmore, he called his time in the silence going to headquarters. And his granddaughter told her friends that her grandpop, well, he was medicating. So however you choose to quiet your world enough to hear the deeper silence is fine. Silence could happen through meditation or contemplating, just sitting still. It can happen as you're walking, even running, gardening, dancing, or just observing nature. Basically anything that stills the mind so it can learn the language of silence, the language of your soul. Indian spiritualist master Meher Baba wrote that external silence helps the inner silence. And only in internal silence can we truly find ourselves, in profound inner silence. Listen. Listen through silence. Again, the poet Rumi advises us to let silence take you to the core of life. Yes. The world clamors for our attention, and yet silence really should be a part of our spiritual practice. Be still and know that I am God. We crave inner guidance, assurance, peace, and wisdom. But if it doesn't arrive in 3 minutes, we either decide it isn't there or we let our ego take over. Silence is a sacred place we might want to think about going to regularly and allow ourselves to inhabit silence. Because silence is a grace that nurtures and heals, reveals and renews. Silence can be the best spiritual practice to follow, to just be still and know. Well, there is power in silence. So as I hadn't told them this ahead of time, so I'm walking down the steps because I want to share a story with you. And the story begins. Once upon a time, there lived a poor man in Bengal, India. Every day, a Sanskrit scholar would come to his house and read aloud a few soul-stirring spiritual teachings from the sacred books. The master of the house listened devotedly, as did his pet bird, Krishna, who was in a cage in the very same room. Well, one day, after the teacher left, the bird asked his master, "Could you please tell me what benefit you derive from these spiritual talks?" The master replied, "Oh, Krishna, you do not seem to understand that these spiritual talks will liberate me. They will free me from bondage. Well, the bird replied, you have been listening to these discourses for the last several years, but I don't see any changes in you. Would you kindly ask your teacher what will happen to you? So the following day, the master asked his teacher, Guru, I have been listening to your spiritual talks for 10 years. Is it true I will get liberation and freedom? The teacher was still. He scratched his head, pondered and thought, but found no reply. He sat there for an hour in silence and then got up and left the house. Well, the master was stunned. His guru had no answer for a bird. What? But Krishna found the answer. From that day, the bird refused to eat. The bird refused to sing. The bird was absolutely quiet. The bird was totally silent. And then one day, the master looked at the bird and seeing no signs of life in it, opened up the cage and gently took the bird out of the cage and with a sad heart put it down on the floor and was so upset. But in a twinkling, that bird popped up and flew out the window into infinite freedom. That day, the bird was the teacher. That day, the master learned silence liberates. Silence is liberating. Silence is powerful. Charles Filmer, in his book Talks on Truth, wrote, all power has its birth in the silence. Noise is a dying vibration of a spent force. All the clatter of visibility, from the harangue of the politician to the thunder's roar, is but the evidence of exhausted power. Silence is powerful. It liberates. It is freeing, healing, revealing, and renewing. In the book of Ecclesiastes, there is a proverb. Better one hand full of silence than two hands full of striving for the wind. This week, stop striving for the wind and simply choose the power of silence for an hour, a day, a week, I know not for a year, but for just a moment of silence. Be still, be silent, and know. Namaste. And so now I invite you to rise, and we're going to go along the back and form an arc so that we can sing our Unity Peace song. The words will be on the screen. You okay? Amen. Move down, move down, move down. Right here. Could you move down?
All right, looks like we're almost there. Let's make a little space for our friends.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
There we go. All right, so let's take a deep breath, and then together we will sing our Unity Peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Y'all sound wonderful. And if you be so kind, we are going to say the prayer for protection. Please join me as we unite our hearts and voices together in our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. If you can come on down, take your seat, that would be wonderful. And as Reverend Christine extinguishes the Christ candle, we remember and affirm that the Christ light within us can never be dimmed, diminished, or extinguished, for we are always one with the divine.
Well, thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone, for helping to make today's Sunday celebration so wonderful. Please remember that we will have a prayer chaplain, Lynn. She'll be right up here, and she's available for a one-on-one prayer with you. All you need to do is come up and say, "Would you pray with me?" and she'll take it from there. I also, of course, want to thank our board member on duty, who is Jim Mahoney. He was up here earlier. There he is. If you have an issue or concern and you can't find me, please see Jim. He has all the answers. And he's like, "Oh my gosh." Thank you also to our wonderful Carolyn, who's been with us these last couple weeks. You're going to have a break from you a little bit, right? But, well, you'll be back though, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Before we close, I do have another announcement. And some of you may know this dear soul, others may not. Her name is Jane Palzeri. And we got to know Jane during COVID. She joined us on Zoom. And in fact, she never even came into this sanctuary, came in person, never met her personally. But we had a wonderful online email, text, and Zoom relationship with her. And in fact, she was a member of the Unity Writers and Voices. I recently heard from her daughter, Emma, that at the age of 99, at the age of 100, Jane passed away on July 3rd. And so she lived independently until she turned 99. And then her family said, no more. So for the last year, she's been in a nursing home and has been receiving, different information from us and enjoying all of it. So the family thanks all of us for keeping her in prayer, keeping her in thought. And they will be doing some type of life celebration August, maybe here, maybe elsewhere. We don't know any of the details, but they promised to let us know. For now, please keep Jane's family in prayer for peace and comfort. And I do have her obituary, which is absolutely amazing. She was ordained twice as a minister. I never knew that. And not as a unity minister, but, and she loved Ford Mustangs. She owned 3 of them. I mean, what? So I'm going to give this obituary to Liston. Raise your hand, Liston. There he is. And so if you want to see the obituary, please do. And it'll also be in the newsletter on Friday. So thank you for that. After our final song, please join us in the community room right across the hall for some snacks and beverages. And whether you're here in the sanctuary or online, thank you for being with us today and for bringing the blessing that is you. And so we always have a final song. Carolyn, what are we singing today?
Well, I would love it if you would actually join me in the final song. The song about observing our beautiful world. It's called What a Wonderful World. You can stand if you're comfortable doing so. Thank you. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I'll watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you. Have a wonderful week.